Hello, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well. We are a few days away from Christmas. I hope you're having an amazing time with your family, your loved ones, and everybody that really matters in your life. I just want to send a quick message of, everybody needs to stay safe, guys. We are, in the middle of a second wave of COVID-19. And so, I just wanted to urge everybody to please, whatever your plans are for Christmas, make sure that you are safe. Make sure that your family is safe, sanitize, keep your distance, do everything in your power to stay safe. So that is my message to you. Alrighty, so as usual, we're gonna wait for Instagram to just let a little bit, just a couple of people know that we're online. I am very excited for this interview, and it is the last one for the year. So everybody who is joining now, if you know anybody that needs inspiration, if you know anybody who owns a business and would love to be part of this conversation, please do me a favor and share this live as far and wide as possible. We would like to have the conversation, not just with myself and Mr. Lebo Gunguluza, but of course with everybody on the online platform. You guys have literally held it down for us. We have been doing live throughout the year. And so, shout out to everybody that's been following. Shout out to everybody that is, part of the journey of Small Business Runway. It has been a tough year. I am not going to lie, and I'm not also going to harp on that a lot. We already know. But we are here. We are changing lives one live at a time. We are doing all we can that is in our power to actually, advance the conversation of entrepreneurship, advance the conversation of how do small businesses grow from being just small businesses to actually being full-on, medium-sized, and even large-scale businesses. All right. So, okay. So come along. Hello, everybody that's joining us. Thank you so much for your time. Our guest is already on the live, so I would like to just urge everybody to just do that last minute sharing, just tell everybody that we're online and we are ready to rumble. And for those of you guys that is your first time joining, please let me know where you're joining from. I'd love to properly greet you. You know how we do. We always want to greet our visitors, old and new alike. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back, and don't let this be your last time. Okay, so for those of you guys that don't know who I am, my name is Gina Madonsela. I am a business builder. I speak, I teach, and I train small businesses with practical tips and tools to grow their business. One such way that I do this is through exhibition events where I host, the support institutions as well as small business owners to facilitate, the different opportunities, to facilitate consumer buying from each other and support for small businesses at large. I had a very successful digital summit on the on the 19th of November. And so, it really was just to wrap up the year. We are looking forward to the next summit that happens on the 4th of March. If you haven't caught the previous summit, I'd like to encourage you to just go ahead and click the link in the bio, tap the first button. You get to watch the whole summit, everything that happened, all the interviews there. Don't forget to leave a comment. Don't forget to, of course, subscribe. All right. So I am ready now to rock and rumble. Without wasting any more time, I am actually going to invite okay, hold on. Okay, for some reason I'm unable to invite. Okay, Mr. Lebo Gunguluza, if you are here, please, sir, can you just send me a request to join the live? For some reason, I'm unable to invite you. So let's just make sure that we sort that out. Woo! Okay, guys, it is heating up where I am. I actually literally need to get myself like a proper aircon because the fans sometimes in here do not do any justice. I'm going to... Oh no. Okay, so I'm able to join. I'm not sure why. Yes, there we go. There we go. Yay! Ladies and gentlemen, I've just added our guest for the day. We are in conversation with Mr. Lebo Gunguluza. As he is coming on, I want to be able to properly introduce him and give him, obviously, the introduction that he deserves. Welcome, Mr. Gunguluza. All right, so Mr. Gunguluza is a fintech pioneer. He is a digital strategist and inspirational business speaker. Mr. Lebo Gunguluza has been featured on a number of TV shows, including Dragon's Den, Game Plan, Big Break, and for those my age, you would also know Take 5, right? He's, all of which he was an adjudicator to look for business investment-worthy startups or to provide a key voice from a business strategy point of view. Mr. G is not familiar to these business streets. His awards are many, and one of them include being honored with Africa Heritage Youth Entrepreneur Award for his dedication and contribution to building the South African society. That's major. Lebo Gunguluza currently heads up the GEM group of companies, an integrated media, hospitality, and communications group that offers holistic media, hospitality, and communications, including technology solutions for their business. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me properly welcome the youngest self-made black billionaire that was named at the age of 27, Mr. Lebo Gunguluza. Welcome, sir.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for inviting me. It's a bit of a hectic year this year. A lot has been for us this year. Hence, we all went digital. And I think for me, let me put in my earphones here so that people can hear me very nicely. Better. Is that better?
Yeah, that's actually much better. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So, but congratulations on trying and working very hard to try and inspire young entrepreneurs to build their businesses. Because most of us, if you know our history, is that our parents never were given a chance to run businesses. So as a result, it was difficult for any information to be passed on to the youth. So everyone that's really trying to build a business is just doing it out of their it's out of their own initiative. But no one has been taught, like, with the other families, the Jewish families and the Afrikaners, the people have got an opportunity to learn from their parents how to build a multi-billion rand empire, a multi-million rand empire. We've never been taught those ropes. So we've had to learn the hard way, and we've had to trip so many times. That's why I failed so many times. I don't even know how many times I failed. And I continue failing, but I continue building and I continue growing. For me, it doesn't really matter whether people say, no, this is what's happening to him. And so, no, I continue growing. So every time you fail, really, you must just continue learning and growing. Nothing must stop you until you reach your goal.
Yeah. So let's start there then. Let's start there exactly at the failure. Like, what is your relationship with failure now? Like you said, you failed a lot of times, you've a lot of things have happened, but what is your relationship with failure? Are you like, you expect it, it's coming? Or are you always, are you surprised when it happens? Or are you like, what does that look like for you?
No, I've failed so many times that failure is now scared of me. It's tired of me. It's like, not you again, my man. Come on, not you again. So that's a relationship I have with failure. It's like, my man, not you again. No. So as a result, it gets scared of me. So what I'm trying to say basically is that every time I'm going to fail, I can see failure from way ahead. As a result, I can see when there's going to be a problem where I'm definitely going to fail. So I avoid it because of my experience. So I'm able to do things and manage things in such a way that I can manage failure so that it doesn't affect me. For example, if I'm doing a project and because of your experience, you are able to know that this is going to fail, so I'm not going to entertain it. So as a result, you are able to foresee failure way ahead. That's why I say failure is so tired of me that it does not want to hang around with me anymore.
Yeah. Okay, so I really want to get into the story of your journey and where you are now. But just maybe give our audience just a little bit of a background about who you are, where you grew up, you know, has entrepreneurship always been like the conversation, or like did you always know you're going to be an entrepreneur, or it just like fell on your
Yeah.
lap? Like, just tell us
So
about your journey coming up.
just to give you a bit of a background, you know, I grew up in PE. My father was a lawyer and my mother was a nurse. But unfortunately, my father passed away very early. And then we never really, we had to now assist our mother at the shop to try and get us going. So I got exposed to entrepreneurship very, very early. And then, but because it was so tough, my mother then took us to the boarding school so she can, at least we can gain some more life lessons there. And generally, it was not easy because there was apartheid that time. So I had to repeat classes 3 times because of boycotts. So then she took the money from the university and she put us, that was supposed for university, she took us to a private school. That's where I got to speak the English that I'm speaking now. So it's a fancy English because I went to a private school. And then after that, basically, I learned a little bit, even though I repeated classes, it didn't really matter too much. I was the oldest one at school. And then after that, I just then went to university. I did not have money to go to university. I hustled to go to university with my own way until I got the degree. But then I wanted to do BCom law. So I thought I'm not going to hustle for another two years to do the LLB. So I left and I just decided to come to Johannesburg. When I got to Johannesburg, it was crazy. I had 3 offers and those offers for me were critical because then I had to understand what my strength was. So if anyone knows about my history, they will understand that I did a competition where I won an award from DSTV for writing an essay, 1 page on how to launch DSTV in South Africa. So in that way, I got to know that I got to understand that I'm very creative. So when the offers were to me, then it was either SABC, trader at FNB, and or work for Cadbury as a brand assistant. I chose SABC because SABC then was a creative environment. So then there I joined SABC. That's how I got to be exposed to the media space. That's why I built a media business. And then after that, because when you build media and you do events and all of that, you also get exposed to travel and accommodation and all of that. That's how I got to build a portfolio of hospitality. So over the years, then I learned certain things and I acquired certain properties. And one of the biggest assets that I acquired was the hotel group, which was worth about 600 million. And then I managed to acquire a stake there. And then I managed to also acquire, I started a travel agency. And I also built a conferencing company. And so, but most of it was all mainly in hospitality, eventing. And I only got introduced into digital when there was a World Cup. A World Cup, I made a lot of money. But when the World Cup came, the people that were supposed to be now supporting us and we were expecting a big growth in hospitality, then those people left and went to Brazil to go chase the next World Cup and they left us here. So one of my jobs within the hotel team, the hotel group, was to find a way to attract more, to increase occupancy in the hotel. And for me, it was critical. So what I did, I Googled to find ways in which how can I increase occupancy in the hotel. And then I found this website called Last Minute Rooms. And then I said, wow, this is great because with hotels, if your hotel is not occupied the night before, you've lost that inventory. It will never come back again. You understand? If that bed was not occupied the night before, you've lost that income. So what happened is that I then went overseas to Silicon Valley. I met guys of that team because I was telling them that, you know, it would be great to introduce this to the rest of Africa. I went there and the guys showed me flames there. I saw how digital is changing the world. And even when I arrived at the reception, there was no receptionist. Literally, when I arrived there, I thought these guys are scamming. I came all the way to San Francisco, Silicon Valley, to find that there's nothing here. These guys are in an office, there's hardly anyone. So then when I was there, then one of the directors came in and said, hey, welcome, Mr. Gunguluza. Little did I know that there's a camera there that gave him a beep to tell him as a guest. So there's no receptionist. So I went in there. The office was big, but there was only 4 people. And then I said, wow, this is crazy. Only 4 people running a $200 million company. And then out of those 4 people, there was 4 of them, the developer, the CFO, the CTO, developer, CFO, chief marketing officer, and the CEO. I couldn't believe it. It was crazy.
Yeah.
4 people running a 200 million rand company. My mind changed there and there. That was 2011 when I went to go visit those guys, because 2010 had gone past. So when I came back, I also started firing all my stuff, and I'm saying, I've got 90 people working for me. This is too much, and they're stressing me and all of that. Let me take this new approach that these guys have. I would also want to run a 200 million company that's got only 6-7 people. I know it's selfish because, but unfortunately that's what technology does. But it does change the narrative though, because it means that we must change the type of people that work for us. For example, Facebook employs over 3,000 people. So it doesn't mean when you go into technology, people are going to lose jobs. You just have to retrain them. So I had to change the people that used to work for me. Then I had to get rid of everyone, restart the company. But then that's when I introduced 12, 12, 12. Because there was another incident on why I reduced 12, 12, 12. But the first thing I did was to reduce the amount of people that were working for me. And that's how I got introduced to even technology, for that matter.
Yeah. And it's a very interesting one, because it's I think I'm sure you can just maybe give me like a tip or two in terms of the eventing, the hospitality, and all of that. But it's very interesting how intentional you were about the business that you're in, and how you actually found opportunities to actually integrate technology in the businesses that you're in, right? Because I know when you started the Top 12 project, you took 12 people, you trained them, you funded them, you basically gave them a whole platform a formula to basically win and grow their business. And it was interesting. Yeah, and it was interesting when in an interview you said that, listen, you even after giving all these entrepreneurs all these resources, all these tools, only 4 of them were still doing business a year later. And I think you said a year after that was then 2 people stayed in business. Yeah. So I'm just trying to understand now, like there's the whole thing of we need funding as small business owners, but sometimes funding is not the answer, like we've seen with your projects. What do you think makes entrepreneurship or the failure rate so high in entrepreneurship, despite all the resources that are out there?
No, I mean, let me start with the reason why I started 12, 12, 12, okay, so that you understand my logic. After coming back from the US, okay, from Silicon Valley, I then understood that the future is youth, okay? The future is not old people. That's why even today I don't understand why government is run by old people, because the future is youth, okay? So, because the world is changing so fast, you understand? So I got exposed to what most people are being exposed to. In 2012, 2011, I got exposed, but people are only getting exposed to it now. They only start to look for IR now. I got exposed to it a long time ago. So that's when I decided. Firstly, the first thing that made me really introduce 12, 12, 12 was the fact that when I went into the township, I was driving my Porsche, okay? Very expensive car. And then I just made a couple of millions from the 2010, okay? Then what I did is then I saw the amount of poverty that's there, and I said, okay, Lebo, remember when I was young, I made a deal with myself. I said, at the age of 25, Lebo, you must be a millionaire. At the age of 35, you must be a multi-millionaire. 45, you must be a billionaire. So that was around 42 years old when I went into the township. And so my goal was to become a billionaire at 45. But the things that I asked myself, I already had so many cars. I had 7 cars by that time. I had 3 houses. And I didn't understand about what is more that I need to have. And yet there's people who are struggling out there who need some guidance, who need some direction, who need some whatever. So what I did, then I decided, you know what, let me sell some of my cars in 2013. And then that became a disaster on its own, but that's straight for another day. I sold a couple of them, and then I also, whatever was left over from what I made from 2010 in terms of just liquidity, I decided then to invest it in 12 entrepreneurs every 12 months to run 12 entities. That's what 12, 12, 12 means. So what I did, I then started with the first 12 entrepreneurs. I got them an office, I got them everything, and made sure that they, and then I left everything else that I was doing. So what my strategy was to become a billionaire was to really just buy into existing white companies and just own shares there. And then I sell my shares later. Then I'll become a billionaire because I was liquid. But then I decided, okay, I've got this money. It's either I give it to white people or I give it to black people. Then I decided to start at 12, 12, 12 to give it to black people. I could have been a billionaire a long time ago because all it was so easy. Just become a PE shareholder, enjoy yourself there, get dividends, get all this stuff. But I decided against that. So I decided to take the difficult route. So the difficult route then was to mentor these guys for 5 years. So for my 2012 to 2017 was more like a sabbatical. I was just flowing with these guys because I wanted to understand the youth more, where they're going, what they were doing, what was new, what was not new in South Africa, in the world. And I got to be really in touch. That's why, if you notice, at my age, I shouldn't be understanding technology the way I do, but I understand technology so well, you understand? And because I spent too much time with the young people who showed me how the world is changing. So 5 years later, in 2017, I launched the digital bank with one of the entrepreneurs. That's when the whole digital bank shebang came into the picture. And then in 2018, I then started practicing now these new technologies that we were learning. So what I did, I applied a lot of the technologies on the hospitality sector. Okay, and in 2019 it did very well. That's why I had Lux Empire, which was a digital platform where you can buy VIP tickets online, and I also I applied the conferencing space. I applied technology, so all our conferences are online. So there was a lot of things that we did. So it was basically digital transformation of the group, what the group was doing. So what I did, taking a break, I relaunched the Jam Group. That's why it's called a new Jam Group in 2018. So where now I digitize every activity of the business so that everything happens online. So now, just to give you an idea of what happened, in 2019 alone, Lux Empire alone made 4.3 million on its own without hardly any marketing. 2019.
Yeah. Wow.
So, but you must remember that I was still testing those things. So now, in 2020, when I was going to launch hard, and I was trying to teach young people about these new solutions that I've got, I had an entanglement with the minister where I was just ready to, because I wanted every young person to have an e-commerce site, because I know and I saw what Lux Empire did online. And I wanted to introduce people to e-commerce and online because, honestly speaking, you need a system in order to run a business. Most of our people, most of our young people don't have systems. And what e-commerce does, it helps you to have a systematic way of running your business. Physical stores are dying. That's the reality. That's why Zara is moving 1,500 stores to online. That's why they're moving online, is because they understand the power that products now are moving directly from the manufacturers to the customer, because logistics has become so powerful that if you think you're going to buy something, keep it on stock and keep it in your store, you're kidding yourself. The cost of transporting stuff from wherever, from the manufacturer, keeping just the freight costs and keeping it at your shop and using physical stuff to keep the stock, it's expensive. So hence I started digital transformation, which means I was moving everything to online. You understand? Yeah. So unfortunately, 2020 came at a blow to us, because when we were just about to launch and triple what we were doing, what happened? Because most of my income came from my hospitality business, which I was transforming to digital. Because it came from there, we really, really suffered as a group. Our hotels, our travel agency, our conferencing, because our business was to connect people. Now, when you connect people, COVID says you can't connect people. So that's why I was testing my technology prowess. You understand? But unfortunately, it is what it is. So now what we did then in 2020, we started developing a lot of technology platforms, which most of them we're going to launch now in 2021. So that's been my exposure to digital. that's been my journey within 12, 12, 12, 12. And 12, 12, 12 is the one that prepared me to understand the youth, to understand the dynamics of what's the new world looking like, and to also transform the GEM group to the new GEM group.
Yeah, yeah. I want to actually put on my other hat here because I'm also a sales and marketing coach, right? And I'd like to argue that moving digital is not necessarily, not necessarily, but it is a necessity. But it's like, how practical is it for everybody to actually move digital? Because there's brick and mortar businesses, there's people selling shoes, there's people doing makeup.
Extremely practical. Let me tell you what's happening in the world so you understand clearly. If you are dependent on a physical store and only a physical store, you must be kidding yourself. Honestly, you must be mad. So you need to do what you call hybrid. That is why your SAAs have got hybrid. You can still go buy a physical ticket at Kulula or at Flyers. You can still go there and buy a physical ticket. But look how small that office is that sells physical tickets. Where are most tickets being sold for SAA? Sold for Fly SFA? Where do you buy your ticket?
Online.
So how bad are we to still be retaining a physical store? Think about it.
But
the banks,
Lebo, I want to say, there's this thing like
transact.
Yeah, there's this thing where it's I'm just seeing a trend with small business owners that they want to have these stores, especially in the malls. I don't know if it is sparked by
that's madness. It's crazy. It's crazy to want to go pay that rental. It's crazy because the only audience you've got in a physical store is the people that are around you. But you can't have a customer from Canada. You can't have a company from China. You can't have a client from Mozambique. You're only limited to the surroundings. Why would you want to do that to yourself? So yes, you can still keep a physical store. And then all the clientele that's sitting on your physical store, you then tell them that you also have an online store so they can still buy online. Then what you're doing, you're introducing them to digital. Do you know that the trend out of COVID is that most people now are buying online? That's what's happening. You've got 30% now of South Africans starting to buy online. In the past, there was only 5% that used to buy online. With COVID, 30% of people now are buying online. It must be telling you what's going on. People are going to close those stores because people are going to be lazy. If I can buy from my iPhone, why should I go all the way? Look at what you do now on Uber Eats. You've got Woolworths there. You can buy everything from Woolworths and it comes directly to your phone. That's e-commerce right there. Uber Eats is not crazy. Uber is not mad by starting Uber Eats. Now, a lot of people are buying online. So do you know what has changed and caused what you call the fourth industrial revolution? What has caused the fourth industrial revolution is that phone of yours. Because that phone that you're holding is no longer a cell phone. Remember in the past, it used to be a cell phone. You only used it to make calls. Now you're no longer holding a cell phone. You're holding a supercomputer. Something that can help you do everything in the world. Where are social influencers? What makes them money? What makes influencers money? It's a cell phone. If you were to take that cell phone away, would that influencer make money? So it must be telling you that the world is changing. So why are you stuck on bricks and mortar? What's going on? What's wrong with you? You understand what I'm saying?
Mr. Gunguluza, I want to be a little bit controversial here. Ne? We're seeing this guy, Wepatu. I don't know if you know him, Theo. He's open. The past couple of months, he was opening a new store in a mall every single month.
But do you know where he started? Do you know where he started?
Did he start online? I'm not sure.
Exactly. That's why his website crashed. Because he sold a story. He sold a story that South Africans bought into, and he never had a physical store when he started. Are you aware of that?
Yeah.
He started online. That's why if you look at his history, he said, my website crashed. Do you know why? Because he said, here's a new techie, go this online, buy it online, and get it online. And then they used to distribute their things all over the place. And then after that, after he made money online, but because other people could access the internet, he then started opening up the stores. That's what you call hybrid. Do you understand? But he was liquid enough to do so, but he also got support from government and other structures. You understand? But I still think that it's a bad move for him to go too much physical stores, because it's going to chow up most of his money. Because there he's got rental to pay, he's got stock to buy, he's got stock to load. You know, there's a lot. He's got people to employ, which is good for South Africa to employ people. You know, but from a futuristic point of view, you see what he's going to do. He's going to start closing stores, which is now a reverse thing. You understand? But he needs to actually start being more aggressive online, which he's done an excellent job there. And now but he started online. In fact, I know what these guys did. So I know the entire story. And I'm very proud of them. And I need more South Africans to learn from those boys. You don't need a physical store to start. You do what you call drop shipping. You take an order from China, it comes on site, and then you distribute. You understand? So that's what's important. Because for you to buy stock ahead of time, you don't have that money. You don't have that money. So what dropshipping does, it helps you to sell first. Once you've sold, to buy only what has been bought. Not you don't go buy what has not been bought. You buy what has been bought, and then it moves directly from the manufacturer straight to the customer. Which means that you are saving money. You understand? You are saving a whole lot of money. Now, we are drunk at this point in time as Africans and entrepreneurs, because we are busy chasing after government, trying to look for money to start a business. When will you ever start a business? Because they're going to send you from pillar to post. So the best thing to do is go e-commerce, identify a niche of whatever you want. If you want to sell sneakers, which is what Batu has done. They've done an excellent job there. You can sell watches, you can sell cell phones. And the nice thing about e-commerce is that the stock that's on your website is not real stock. It's just a picture. Really, at the end of the day, people are just buying a picture. Think about it, Tina. What are you buying when you buy something online?
No, we buy
You buy a picture. We do. So the more nicer that picture is, the more attractive it is, right? And the quicker you buy, right? So aesthetics. So aesthetics are important. So when you create an e-commerce site, it's very important that it must be aesthetically pleasing. You understand?
Yeah.
That is why I started a program called the Dropship Club. So I brought all the e-commerce developers under one roof. I said, we're going to help South Africans develop aesthetically pleasing e-commerce stores where they can dropship. In that way, most Africans can participate in the digital economy without paying a cent. The only thing they need to build is just an e-commerce site. Which an e-commerce site, if you were to go to a digital agency to buy an e-commerce site, they will charge you 35,000 rands. I've invested in a platform that creates this thing, and you can get an e-commerce site with dropshipping functionalities for 10% of the price, which is only 3,500. That's what I've done as an entrepreneur that wants to assist other entrepreneurs in Africa. Now, how can you fight a guy like that as government? How do you even start? I mean, I've spent 8 million acquiring the platform so that I can empower young entrepreneurs in a bigger way. Because we're going to keep fooling ourselves, looking for money to go look for a physical store there. They're going to invest in the mall person is going to want his 60, 50, 30,000. That's already a barrier to entry. While an e-commerce store only costs you 3,500 rands. The hosting is only what? 200 bucks, 300 bucks a month. There you have to continue paying rent of 20, 30,000 rands. Your domain is only 200 bucks once off. But you've got access to the rest of the world who can buy from you. So you can take that database of everyone that's buying on your physical store, inform them that you've got an online store, and then you're up and running. So all those clients that used to buy on your physical store can now come to your online store until you've got enough of a clientele on your online store, and they start telling the other, and they start word of mouth. And then you start using Instagram and social media and all those things, which are free tools to help you market your online store. So I'm not saying jump into an online store immediately. I'm saying you can have a hybrid approach. You can keep the hybrid approach for the rest of your life, because Flyers have air. You can go to a fees, but they've minimized their store at the airport because it costs money to keep that store. But most people, where do they buy tickets to fly? Online. So what is a fly safe online? It's an e-commerce store. That's what fly safe that's an online store. That's an e-commerce store. That's an online store. And all their revenue is made out of 90% of their revenue comes from that online store. So why are we kidding ourselves as Africans? Why are we not learning from the banks? The banks, you use your iPhone to bank. Why are we not learning from them? Is there any bank? How many people still go to the bank and go to transactions? You do everything you want from your phone. So you no longer carry a phone. That's what I was trying to tell you. You are carrying a supercomputer. You are carrying a full office. What does an office consist of? An office consists of internet, right? Your office consists of internet. Your phone has got internet, right? Your office has got a telephone line. That's what you have on your phone, right? Your office, you send emails from your computer on your office, right? You can do it on your phone, right? You can design using a variety of apps on your phone, right? That's what you get from your office.
So basically what I'm hearing from you is that there's absolutely no excuse. There's no excuse.
So you can run your entire business. You can run your entire business on your cell phone. You've got apps that do invoicing on your cell phone. You've got apps that do invoicing on your cell phone. As long as your website is mobile responsive, you are in business. I'm not gonna.
Okay, so what I'm hearing from you.
Continue.
Yes. So what I'm hearing from you is that there's absolutely no excuse. Like there's no excuse to say, oh, but you know what? I need, funding of 50,000. I don't have 50,000 to start a business. Those
people are going to send you from pillar to post. Trust me. I launched a website last year, Lux Empire, and I'm telling you that the website made 4.3 million. It's just a pity now our government has locked us out. So this year, Lux Empire would have made 8 million just from the online, without even me having any staff members there. I'm telling you, I'm not kidding you. I'm talking about, so what I'm going to do one of the days, I'm going to do a screenshot. Let me do this, actually. I'm going to do this now so that people can see that I'm not lying. So that, because obviously this is madness what we're going through in this country. I'm telling you. I'm going to go to the back end of Lux Empire. And I'm going to turn this computer around, okay? And then I want Africans to see that there is no excuse of not making money, okay? I'm going to the back end of Lux Empire, okay? Firstly, I'm going to show you the website, right? And then I'm going to show you the back end so that you guys people can learn. Here is the back end. Here's the front end of Lux Empire. So I'm showing you now. Here's the front end of Lux Empire. Let me do this. Here's the front end of Lux Empire, right? Here. So on Lux Empire, here it is, huh? There it is, right? Can you see? Here's the ticket being sold. There's a ticket here. You can buy this ticket. Let's say, this is drop shipping, by the way. So let's say if you want to go to the US, to the BET Awards, right? Here, look here, right? Look at the ticket, how much it is, the 54,000, right? Here, can you see? Here, you buy. People add to cart here, and you check out. Right here, add to cart, and you check out. I'm showing you real life. I'm not kidding. I'm not being a preacher here. I'm tired of preaching. And then here's your thing. Then you check out, right? Proceed to check out, right? But it's going to need you to put your information. So that means that you are gathering information here. You gathering information. It's called database. Now, I know that if you notice that database is in new gold. Okay? So here's the ticket. Someone checks out. Now, I don't own BET Awards, right? So what happens that I sell the tickets for BET Awards, and then after person plus, I buy the ticket on behalf of the client, and I assist the client to enjoy the experience at the BET Awards. So I don't own the BET, but I've made money. So if the BET Awards ticket is 30,000, I've made 32,000 rands, isn't it? Check that. Now I want you to go to the back end of this thing. Let's go to the orders of Lux Empire. This is the back end. Look how simple it is, right? So this is my platform, Wheezy. So here's the back end of Lux Empire. Look how much we made. Check here, 4.45 million. Look at that. Look at the sales. Look at the sales here. Here's the sales happening. Paid, paid, paid. It's e-commerce. Everything yours, the system is already there.
Yeah.
There's your cancelled orders. There's your two sales, cumulative sales. I mean, we're not kidding here. I'm not selling a lie. It's real. You understand? We don't own any of these events. Let's look at this event that people paid for here. Let's look at Etikuni municipality, what event they bought. What did they pay? Let's look at the back end. They bought the Sunmet tickets. Look. They bought 2 Sunmet tickets. They were 5,000 rands. Look, the amount is 7,000 rands. Look at that. It's paid. They paid. You understand?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And here's database. Yeah. Here's everything. So in order to succeed as an entrepreneur, you need a system. So what this does, it creates a system for you to manage your business. Here's all if you want to load your products, you can load them here. Here's your customers. You can see all your customers, all of them here. Here's all the customers that you've ever had, that have ever interacted. Look how many customers there are. It's a lot of them.
Data.
You understand? It's data. It even creates a thing. What do you call this thing? Content. Let's go to content. You can even send information to all your clients. Look, everyone who has bought, you can send communication to them. I mean, guys, this is craziness. Why would you not want that? Why would you want to be sent from pillar to post? Honestly speaking. That's why I said, so I tried to have a session with entrepreneurs where I wanted them to pay. My office wanted them to pay. They said, Mr. Gunguluza, why don't you teach people this thing? Instead, guess what? I get attacked by ministers when I'm trying to think. Where you remember that thing that happened where I was trying to teach young people what to get people. Exactly. How stupid is that? How stupid of a country is that we want to entertain nonsense? When you're trying to teach people something that worked and something that you've shown, you've experienced yourself. Now you're trying to teach people and the whole country celebrated that you're being attacked. That's why I say sometimes I don't understand what kind of a country we have. We must learn as a country. We can't be depending on tenders wire. We can't. You understand? There has to be a way in which we reach out to the world and make money in dollars. That's what I'm trying to encourage people. So the future of entrepreneurship now is to make money in dollars, to not be locked into South Africa and only sell to South Africans. Is to bring money from all over the world and bring it to South Africa so that our GDP increases. We want to bring money from overseas and bring it to the country. Do you understand what's happening? We can't always be exporting, importing, wire. We've got to also start exporting. We've got to take a mama out there who's sitting out there and say, Mama, you know, you've got the most beautiful products in the world. I love your products. Okay, Mama? Now, Mama, I want to take beautiful pictures of your products and I want to put them on my website. And then I will market them to the world. And guess what? The mama continues to manufacture the products. And when you continue to sell the products to the world. Guess what? It's a win-win situation. Mama has got now her stock going all over the world. When you are busy with your e-commerce store and you're also making money. Is that not the perfect solution for South Africa and Africa?
I mean, it sounds like it. And I'm sure it's easier said than, I mean, it's easier said than done.
I've just shown you how easy it is.
How easy it is.
But I've just shown you I made 4.4 million last year. From things that I
so
don't own.
What do you think is then holding us back? What do you think?
It's a narrative that's being sold to us. It's a narrative that's being sold to us. That in order for you to sell anything, you must own it. You don't have to own. Does Vodacom own the phones that they sell?
Oh no.
So
they don't.
But they will sell you the phone. But they will sell you the phone, right? They'll put a package deal together and sell you the phone. So why should you go through the cost of owning the thing? The one thing that you must own more than anything else is to own the market. And the database is your market, isn't it? Now, when you've got a physical store, people buy your clothes, right, at your physical store, but they leave. You don't even have a telephone number of that person. That person swiped and left. So you don't even have a strategy to bring them back again to your store. That means you're not having a recurring income. Because that person swiped and left. You don't know where that person stays. You don't know. But technology and digital assist you to build a database of the customers that are coming through your store. What kind of people are we? I'm very angry. That's why I'm speaking like this. It's because we're
I
being
know, I
sold.
can just feel the passion.
No, it's because we're being sold the wrong narrative. We're
Yeah,
being made
yeah,
stupid. We're being made to feel stupid.
yeah,
You understand?
yeah,
So e-commerce is the future of all businesses in the world. Alibaba is the richest company in China. And what is Alibaba? All it is just a
online.
website.
Yeah,
No, it's just a
yeah.
website, but it's the richest company in the world. What is the richest company in China? It's the richest company in China. What is the richest company in the world? Tell me what's the richest company in the world?
I want to say Amazon.
Amazon. No, it is. There's no doubt.
Yeah,
It is the richest
yeah,
company in the world.
yeah.
Jeff Bezos is the richest man in the world, except now maybe Elon Musk. That's giving him a tough time.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But where are all these oil people? They are nowhere to be found. They're not the richest people. But Amazon, all it is just a website. You get what I'm trying to say? So come on, guys. I mean, all I'm telling you is that, look, if Amazon can make billions, why can't you run an online store and make billions? If Batuk has proven in front of our eyes that through their e-commerce store, they're able now to build a couple of physical stores to create a hybrid operation. Why are we still sitting and mumbling around?
Why are we wondering?
Why are we still mumbling around? It only costs you $3,500 to have an e-commerce store. I've made that possible. An e-commerce store, if you have to go to any digital agency, they will charge you 35,000 rands. I've made it possible for people to go and make sure that they get a store for 3,500 so that we can start operating stores.
Yeah, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? You
But
understand?
no, okay. So we understand that dropshipping is, I mean, and e-commerce is absolutely, the future. There's no excuse. There's no buts. There's nothing.
You don't have to hit dropshipping. If you've got your own products, put them online just like Patu did. You understand?
Yeah.
But it's just that dropshipping just makes life easy. Because then you don't have to keep the stock. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Because you don't have the money. We don't have the money to buy thousands and thousands of stock and keep them in a warehouse. We don't have that money. Who's got that money? You tell me. As an African, where do you get that money? Instead, you go to a CDA, they make you run from pillar to post. So you can buy stock. So here's a platform where you don't have to own the stock, but you can own the platform. Actually, if you think about it, Amazon is a dropshipping store. They don't own any stock.
It is, yeah.
If you think about it, Uber is a dropshipping platform because they don't own any cars. Think about it.
Yeah.
Airbnb is a dropshipping platform. They don't own any hotels. So why are we as black people not getting into that space?
Not getting on board, yeah, yeah. But now how much Airbnb of the process... Any housing? Okay, so I've got you there, right? But now how much is the process of like the process of innovation? Is it like creativity or is it more like everything is uncovering? It's about uncovering.
Africans are the most creative people in the world. I hope you know that. I hope you know that. That's why we've got the most songs that are most popular. That's why the best artists in the world are black people. Black people are the most creative. And this fourth industrial revolution allows us to be creative without spending too much. You understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
The black people and Africans are the most creative. They are the most athletic. White people are very technical. They're very good technically. So we've got a lot of white people who are our friends that can help us with technical issues. So all I'm just trying to say is that let's use our talent as Africans and let's bulldoze this world. E-commerce is there. Let's make it happen. You understand? I'm not saying quit and close off your store. I'm just saying set up a hybrid approach. If people want help, I've got my brother. He can assist a lot of people. Hupi, he's very involved. I've got Mongani. I've got the Dropship Club. If people go to the dropshipclub.co.za, we've even created stores that are already built for you. Stores, they're already built for you. All you do is just put your logo, put your banking details, and you start selling. We've got it at the dropshipclub.co.za. Go to dropshipclub.co.za. Stores are already built for you there. You can have an Amazon store tomorrow. Write it down. Dropshipclub.co.za.
Dropshipclub.co.za.
The stores already, you just buy a dropship club store, the team will create a store for you. You'll have an e-commerce store within 48 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to obviously put this challenge out to everybody that's online. You need to go to dropshipclub.co.za and make sure that you sign up for an e-commerce store. You could have your store running within 48 hours.
That's what I'm telling you. 72 hours at
Yeah.
the latest if you delay with your logos and things. But otherwise, 48 hours, you've got your store. Dropship Club,
48
yes,
hours
you've got it right. That's it. You understand? We're kidding
Okay.
ourselves. Guys, the world
Yeah.
has got e-commerce. Let's talk about the numbers. 14 trillion was in 2014 was what was going on in the e-commerce sector. That's the money that was trading and moving around in e-commerce. 14 trillion. Now, sorry, 1.4 trillion. Now it's 4.4 trillion that is running on e-commerce. There are 54% mobile e-commerce users in South Africa. That means now half of the country is starting to buy stuff online. When you buy your ticket, you now buy it directly from your phone. Am I lying? Am I lying?
No, true.
You buy your ticket for your flight. You buy it on your
Everything
on your laptop. So am I lying?
Yeah.
Honestly, whoever tells me I'm lying must write to me and tell me I'm lying. I'm telling you. So why are we still being fooled to create physical stores and create and incur all those expenses when you don't have to incur those expenses?
Yeah.
No, man, we are being fooled here. Honestly, I discovered this in 2012, in 2011 when I went there and I saw those guys, a 200 million rand company, and there were only 4 of them. Why can't we have 10,000 e-commerce entrepreneurs in South Africa? Why can't we? Yeah. India is already ahead of us. India is ahead of us. The Indians there in India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, they make. You find an Indian guy makes money from the shack because he understands technology and suddenly he's got himself a nice house there in Bangladesh. You understand?
Yeah, yeah.
You understand?
What are some of the other things?
What's wrong with us? If young people can have can have social media stores, you can create even a social media store. You can have a Facebook store. You can link directly to your e-commerce site. So do you know how many influencers through social media alone have gotten out of shacks? But it's just that we see social media as a vanity tool instead of as a business tool. If we use social media as a business, if people go to my platform, Lebo Gunguluza, they will see that I use social media for business. I don't have time to be doing vanity stuff there. I either motivate people or I promote one of my businesses. That's it.
Yeah,
I don't do anything else on my social media. I don't have time to post next to cars if I'm not in the business of selling cars. You understand? You understand? So I think that Africans... Yeah?
Mr. G, sorry there to interrupt you. Before we wrap this interview up, right, I wanted to ask you, Gail, what are some of the other things that small business owners should be literally keeping top of mind when running a business? What are some of those things, whether it's personality or it's work ethic? What are some of those things that we should also be doing as small business owners to make sure that we put ourselves in a position to win?
You see us, we don't sleep. So if you're still sleeping, that means you're a billionaire. We don't sleep. If you're still sleeping, that means you're a billionaire. You don't belong to our space. You've made it already. You understand? We don't sleep. Yeah. We work wire. I ran over 23 companies, 8 of which this year suffered because they're in hospitality. You understand? So my travel agency suffered, my conferencing company suffered, the Lux Empire suffered a bit because we sell hospitality tickets. If I was selling something else on Lux Empire, it would have thrived. You understand? And then the hotel suffered big time. We had to retrench people, So unfortunately, that's the case. But one had to reinvent themselves. They were to look at the landscape and look at the new trends and start building things that are in the new trends. So now that's why this year we're launching about 8 companies. This year alone. That means we've not been sleeping. While other people were sleeping during COVID, we've been working during COVID. So now we are launching 8 companies within the next 2 to 3 months. That's if government doesn't lock us out. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, so firstly, you don't sleep. Okay, you manage your hours of sleeping. You don't sit around and fluff around. Read as much as possible. Read the trends, read what's going on around the world. Keep yourself updated, have content. Understand what's happening. Learn technical skills. You understand? Technical skills are so easy to learn these days. You go to Udemy, you learn technical skills. You go on YouTube, you learn technical skills. All these skills are now available online. Learn, learn, learn. Don't sleep, learn. Instead of watching TV, switch off TV. Get onto your computer, get onto YouTube. Teach yourself about a particular sector and the space that you are passionate about. Understand what the world and how the movement of goods is moving around the world. You understand? So that by the time you go into e-commerce, you understand the space, you understand logistics, you understand freight, you understand what Aramex, the benefits of Aramex, you must understand all of those things. If you want to go into tenders, that's fine. Tenders are quick money if you want to go there, but whether it's sustainable or not is not a long-term business. Now, when Amazon sold shares into Amazon, for 5 years they didn't make money. But they approached investors and said, this is a long-term game. Now, 12 years down the line, it's the richest company in the world. You understand? So if you want to build the richest company in the world, if you've got a big vision, you don't just want to buy a nice house and a nice car and make quick money and be corrupt, then go this route. But if you want to make quick money, show off quickly, do Insta stories and show off your cars, okay, then it's cool. Go your tender route, it's fine. But somehow you're going to be caught, they're going to take you to jail. Understand? But if you want to build a sustainable company, you can use some of the money that you made on thing, buy property, and start e-commerce assets. And then build an infrastructure around your e-commerce assets. Then it's a long-term game. That means that even if you're not working. So with e-commerce, the nice thing about e-commerce, that people buy products from you while you are asleep. Physical store, you have to go open the store at 6 o'clock in the morning for anyone to start buying. Which one is better? People can buy your product while you're sleeping at 1 o'clock at midnight. With your physical store, you have to go to a store there and people buy. You understand? So if you ask me, what's the future of entrepreneurship? It's e-commerce, it's dropshipping. Those are the only 2 things I can tell you. If you want to turn around your business, go digital transformation. That's what I did for my businesses. I did digital transformation. I converted all my companies into digital. From my conferencing business to my travel agency, it's online now, to my hospitality business, they're all online. If you want anything from my business, it's all online. That means I make money while I'm sleeping. Now, is there a better way to make money in the world? Besides that, it's the best way to make money in the world.
Yeah. Alrighty, so the time is really, I mean, I would have loved to have this conversation and delve even deeper on these topics, especially when you say that, we are killing ourselves and we need to look at this differently. I'm very big on like mindset, how we're thinking, as small business owners, how we think about entrepreneurship, how we think about money, even our relationship with money is very important. And let me maybe quickly, sorry, Mr. Lebo, let me maybe quickly throw this in. How do we delay the instant gratification? Like, when I have money, how do I stop myself from like buying now the fancy car or the, whatever apartment? What should we do to be disciplined?
Can I tell you what you do? What you do, if you must first invest in physical property. That's the first thing you do. Don't invest in anything else except physical property. Because physical property is something that's immovable. It doesn't have insurance issues. These cars that we buy, absolutely useless. I don't know why most of us buy cars. I made that same mistake. I bought a lot of cars. I had 7, 8 cars at a go. I wish I had bought property that time. Okay, so first thing is property. And there's a place, I'm actually the chairman of the South African Property Investors Network. So people must Google that. SEPIN, South Africa Property Investors Network, because I'm trying to get as many of our people to buy property and learn how the property game works. So that's the first thing. Secondly, invest in digital assets. That means that when you invest in the digital, you are building what you call a database. Now, once you've got a database, it means you can communicate with that database. Now, can you tell me why is Instagram worth a couple of billions? Is it because of the platform, or what is it?
Yeah. I mean, I want to say it's the data.
It's exactly the data. It's the
But
database
of
and
course,
influence.
it's the numbers, it's the
No,
data.
it's influence that they have over database.
Influence.
Now,
Yes.
yeah, it's influence. That's why this influencers is influence. Now, think about it.
Yeah.
If Instagram today were to tell you that Trump is dead, how many people will get that piece of information?
Millions of people.
381 million people will know that information in a split second. That's power. Now, what you want to build out of your e-commerce store is that power. Uber, 91 million users. They own a market. They own 91 million people. They can send one WhatsApp or one notification to 91 million people. They can tell you that they're introducing Uber Eats. And immediately 91 million people will know about Uber Eats and will download the Uber Eats app, which is what has happened. That's power. You understand? So power lies in the data. Let's talk about Amazon. Amazon has got 1.2 billion users. Now, Amazon, to know what they will send you a notification, they will reach 1.2 billion people. That's why Amazon is worth $1.3 trillion. If you have to buy shares and you buy Amazon, you have to pay 1.3, not because of the website itself. The website is just like any other website. It's the amount of data and the amount of insight and the amount of analytics that they have inside the website in the back end. When I showed you the back end of Lux Empire, you saw a lot of numbers there, right? But I didn't show you the analytics. The analytics tell me where the people stay. It tells you what they like. It tells me everything. That's power. So when someone buys shares on Lux Empire, they're buying into that power. So suddenly, Lux Empire, after a year, it will have start having 2,000 or 3,000 high-end, high net worth people using the platform. That means we've got a database of 3,000 people who are very liquid. That means I can now go to the bank and say, bank, Department of Wealth Division, I've got 3,000 high net worth people. What do you want to say to them? That's power.
And you can charge them for that. Yeah.
That's power. It means that you can convert immediately. And business is about conversion.
Conversion, yeah.
That's the word you must look for, conversion. So if Instagram, the reason why people look for influencers is because if Bonang has got 3.5 million followers, it means that when Bonang promotes your product, it means that you might have a 10% conversion out of just her marketing your product. That's power. That's why influencer marketing has become big.
Massive, yeah, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, I won't even ask you how do I become an influencer or how do you, position your brand to become an influencer?
I've started a platform which we're going to launch. It's going to be one of the things that I'm launching. It's called Trend A Deal. Yeah, it's Trend A Deal. It's a social media marketplace. That means that anyone who wants to find any social media solution, whether it's people who can promote your brand, or people can help you build your influencer database, or people who want to sell their Instagram accounts, all of that will be found on that. So it's the Instagram of social media. So it's a Gumtree of social media.
Of social media.
Gumtree? You know Gumtree?
Yes, yes,
So
yes, I know
Gumtree. Starting a Gumtree of social media.
Oh, okay.
Those are some of the things that we're launching.
Yeah. So obviously, okay, you got massive plans. Where can people find you? What's the best way to, get in contact with you?
They must DM me and I'll give them the answers, okay? But they can contact Rupi on his, if they want to start an e-commerce store, they can contact Rupi at 083 761 083 761 0450. And then Rupi. Okay, Rupi then will direct them to the right people, whether it's an e-commerce store or whether it's a dropship club so that they can start having their own e-commerce store. So Rupi runs a division whereby you know, when you've got an e-commerce store, you need what you call search engine optimization. So he runs a platform called Webtronics, where we get your site to be at the top. So when people are Googling, if you are selling power banks and someone is Googling power bank to buy a power bank online, so search engine optimization, digital marketing, he works with a team of digital marketers. But he must be contacted, and then he will assist people. He will send them to the right places, okay? So as long as you've got that number, you're at home, okay? Otherwise, if you want more questions, you go to dropshipclub.co.za.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much for agreeing. It really is an honor. I'd love to be able to pick your brain even outside of this. I know you are busy building Silicon Valley
yes,
in Joburg.
I'm working on that in Santin. We're building it in Santin. We're building.
Are you at liberty to talk about that?
Yeah. I mean, we're building an African Silicon Valley. So we want to make sure that all these major tech startups around the world, they come and settle in Santin. Okay? So we want to make sure that all these Paystack, all these guys that are disruptive, they must have offices here in Santin so that our African entrepreneurs can integrate with them, can partner with them, so that we can also play in the digital space with all the major players in the world. So that's what we're busy doing. It's going to cost us a couple of billions, but we are ambitious like that.
Okay, that's amazing. And then how soon will it be complete in terms of the project, infrastructure?
3 to 5 years time. Infrastructure should be up and running in the 3rd year.
Okay, amazing.
That's where we're going to take all your Googles, because they're all scattered now, these major
yes, they are. So you're going to put them...
Yeah, Google is there, Facebook is there, Microsoft is there. We're going to put them all under one roof. All under one area. Yeah, so that when you go there, you get to experience the 4th Industrial Revolution, you get live, you get to experience all these major, and then we start inviting other companies that are sitting in Silicon Valley, but that are not in Africa, we bring them in Africa.
Yeah, got you.
So
massive plan.
Elon Musk needs to have an office in South Africa. Why not?
Here in Joburg,
Why should you have Tesla only in the US? He must come here. He must come here. It's his home. So that's how ambitious we are.
Wow.
We're not playing around here. Yeah.
No, I believe you. I believe you completely.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so it's been absolutely amazing. I will let you go right now, but thank you so much again for your time and just sharing your knowledge so openly. I hope everybody that is on this platform has listened. So if you've got an ear, you can listen, and you know that e-commerce is the future, and you need to grab and jump into the train as soon as possible. I'll definitely share the details for Khupi as well as just the website again once I've let you go. But from me to you, thank you so much. It's nothing but appreciation.
I hope you have saved this session.
I will, definitely.
Many South Africans need to hear this. Okay?
They do.
Thank you very much, Sanam.
Amazing. Yeah. Thank you so much, sir.
It's a pleasure.
Salute. All the best and happy holidays.
No problem. Thank you. You too. Have a wonderful new year, and let's look forward to 2021.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
All righty.
Thank you.
Cheers. All right. So, all right. Whew. Gems were dropped as usual. It has been nothing but amazing. It has been nothing but a learning experience, and I hope everybody that's on this live grabbed whatever they could and run with it as always. For those of you guys that have joined us during this live, if you don't know who I am, my name is Gina Madonsela. I am a business builder and the owner of Small Business Runway, and I'd like to encourage you guys to please just share this live as far and wide as possible. I'm going to give you guys the website once more. If you want to have your own e-commerce store, whether you have product or you don't have any physical products, you need to be able to get in contact with dropshipclub.co.za, as well as if you want to, obviously fast track the conversation and you're ready to buy into e-commerce and have your own online business, you need to contact, as Mr. Gunguluza said, his name is Khupi. On this number, it is 083-761-0450. So the number again is 083-761-0450. Zero. Okay, so that is all the details. And of course, if you want to get in touch with Mr. Gunguluza himself, you know you need to DM him, Lebo_Gunguluza_sir on Instagram, and Lebo Gunguluza all over other social media platforms. Thank you so much to everybody, my small business runway family. It has been nothing but amazing. I could not have gotten this far if it was not for your support, your share, your likes, your retweets, your tweets, your comments, and all of the amazing stuff that you guys do. Thank you for showing up every single time. I do not take this for granted. And I'd like to encourage you to do better and bigger next year by supporting a small business. And if you don't know how to, the start is to share this page with them and let them know that Small Business Runway is the one and only Black female-owned exhibition company in South Africa that is not only run, obviously, by myself, but we basically are a platform and people that facilitate opportunities with support institutions for small business owners. So if you're interested in joining the movement, share, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you need to do. And from me to you, happy holidays. Please, again, stay safe and make sure that you guys are, you know, continuing to, you know, practice social distancing and are, you know, abiding by the COVID-19 regulations and all the rules that are set out by the president and the command council. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. It's been absolutely amazing. E-commerce is the future. I might also get myself an e-commerce store, so you guys better run with the opportunity while it is still hot. Alrighty, guys. Okay, also lots of exciting things happening in 2020. I am officially taking a break. So just for a week over Christmas and New Year, I definitely will be back for, you know, my next summit. I am back for a lunch that we need to have. I am back for, you know, all the digital and online training programs. We are partnering with amazing companies to make sure that we bring you guys serious value. So if you've been following this page for a while, you know that I have been saying, I've been asking you guys, what do you need help with? What do you need support with? Because I am putting together a massive team of people that can actually be able to help you guys with your day-to-day problems without us discussing this thing of entrepreneurship. Oh, we need help, but what help is available? And then we don't know all of a sudden what help is available. So if you are a small business owner, rest assured that you have not made a mistake by following Small Business Runway. We are going to provide the solutions for you, but you are going to tell us what problems you need solved so that we can provide the solutions for you. One of them is obviously in e-commerce, but we will discuss all of the plans and all of the amazing stuff that's happening soon. Stay tuned, guys. I'm excited. It's nothing but love from me to you guys. Cheers for now.